Today I'll be speaking about talk to God like how you're talking to man. A couple of years ago, I talked to God like how I'm talking to you. I was living at a rent house, and when I was living at that rent house, I came home one night. My daughter was in the house, and when I came home one night, I realized that I feel my foot is a lot of water inside of the house. I said, what is this? The house is dark. TV playing and the house is so flooded. I'm saying, my God, what is this? I have a seat in my couch. And while sitting in the couch, I said, where's so much water from? Where's so much water come from? And I sit there and I said, when I look around, go in the kitchen to see if pipe was burst. I go in the bathroom to see if the water pipe was burst. There was nothing like that. Rain was falling. And while the rain was falling, I look around the ceiling. I saw that everywhere in the house was leaking. All around it, creases was leaking. And I sit down and I say, God, I have to leave this house. I said, God, I have to leave this house. I can't stay here no more. That was about 8 o'clock in the night. And I talked to God. I said, God, you have to help me to get myself a house. I need a house. I need to leave this house. And I don't want to go back to any more rent house. I have to come out of this house. And people, the owner for the house, I don't know the owner. I've never met the owner. But I spoke to God like I'm talking. I said, God, I have to come out of this house. And God answered me. He answered me. And when he answered me, I was so serious and vexed. I wasn't crying. I was so serious and I was so vexed. And talked to God like I was just raw and arrogant. And he answered me in the night. One Sunday morning I get up and I bought the Gleaner. And when I bought the Gleaner, I saw a house in the Gleaner. And when I saw that house in the Gleaner, I said, okay, I'm going to work. And I called the number in the paper. And the lady, the description of the house was in the paper. But when I called the person that was selling the house, she told me that she's in Mandeville. But on Sunday she will come for me to view the property. I was so excited and happy. This happened in the same week that I spoke to God. And I was so excited and happy, and I said, oh yes. I get up Sunday morning. I made my kids breakfast because it was my day off from work. And I washed all the clothes fast and quick. Put them on the line. I said I sent all my kids to church, and they went to Sunday school. I followed them to the church door. Then I came back, waiting on the time for 11 o'clock to contact the lady to say I'm coming to view the property. I had some money in the bank that could do the down payment. Then when I called her, she said to me, oh, you know, someone has taken the property. A soldier has bought it. I feel so dismayed, people. I feel so dismayed, but I never lost courage and I never lost faith. I called my husband that is here right now. He wasn't at my house at the time. He wasn't living with me. He and I were good friends. And I called him and I asked him that it was after midday because I feel down and out. And I called him after midday. And when I called my husband that is here now, I called my friend at the time. He was my friend. And when I called him, he answered. I said to him, can you buy me a Galena and take to me? And he did. I told him what has happened because I feel so bad. As I talked to God and God, somebody answered me and it didn't work. And he bought the Galena and take it to me. And when I sit there cooking dinner, I sit there and looking in the fine print of the paper. And when I look in the fine print, I saw this house that says how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, kitchen, 3 bathroom, blah, 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 blah. And I said, okay, I'm going to look for it. I called the number that was in the paper. Eventually, the lady that I saw in the paper was a lady that I knew. I knew her for a while because I've contacted her already about purchasing a home. And she answered and she told me the address where the house was. So I went. Me and my husband went. And when we came, the house was empty. It needed a lot of work to be done. And God was so good to me. God answered my prayer the same week. We come and we look, a lot of work needs to be done. And he said, oh, it's a nice house, right? And believe it or not, my speech was answered by God. That is how I own this property. That is how I own my home. It's a very nice house I'm in. I own this home. Faith move mountain. If you have a heart desire, work on it. Only thing can stop you is God. God is the only person that can stop you from reaching your goal. As long as you have determination, you can reach anywhere and anything that you want. Faith take me out of a rent house, me and my kids. My husband didn't have a home either. So we combined together and we bought this home. God providing for me. I'm going to make a video about how did I meet my husband. I'm going to make a video regarding how did I meet my husband. But I spoke to God in the darkness of the night and he answered me because I was so hungry that I've been paying the rent for this house. I don't owe the rent. And believe it or not, the house is full of water and my kids is from school and in the water. They could not call me because they had no phone to tell me. I just came home to see my kids in the water. I came home to water in my house, and then as fate would have it, and believe it or not, the story is not done. After we went and we do our transaction, I can't speak so clearly sometimes. When I do my transaction, I went to NHC and NHC told me, oh, the house is breached. The house is breached. I'm going to finish this story in another video. Thank you for watching.